Hello, everybody. So I still got a lot of questions on tags, so I'm gonna help you guys out. And I do want to tell you guys about one thing that's been bugging on tags. I think it's a bug, I don't know, but it's something I just went through while trying to make a video on this, and now I feel like I need to explain it because I got confused and was like, what the heck happened to my move? It was just working. Um, if you're gonna set something, make sure it's on the add. I don't know why, but if you want to set something to something, you need that add-on, because if it's on remove, it's not going to set it. And it's going to set it to 2 and then subtract it by 2. You need it to add by 2 and set it to 2. So, why does that? I don't know. That's really confusing and overly complicated. So I'm going to explain all of these now. So tag, this is the door, is what I call it, the door handle. This is the name. So you're walking to the door that says hit. So you're in a hallway and you're walking to the door that says hit. You're not walking to the door that says tag, you're walking to the door that says hit. So you're going to that door and you gotta, and that door, you're seeing if it's the hit that has a value of 2. If the door has a value of 2, or setting it, that's like, right, you're setting that door to 2. So it's hit with a value of 2. And then you're hitting yourself, which is what -1 means. So that's the door, this is the value. So this, think of it like a branch, and then let's imagine that branch had little tree branches underneath it. That value is underneath, is one of those branches. So it's a branch within a branch. This is why it's hard to explain to me. So that's the name of the tag. This connects to all tags with that name. So if you have a tag with that name on a different move, it will work if you do it right. Value is the value of the tag. So if it has that name but a different value, and when you check it, it's not going to work, which I'll explain what checking is. Time means how long this tag works. So if it only lasts for 30 seconds, it'll only last for 30 seconds and then delete itself. And then you can no longer use that door until you create that door again, which is what setting is. Check basically checks if it's at that value. So check goes, all right, so look at branch, there's no branch, but it's at that, so it's not going to do anything. But if you have it set to a branch, and then at that, it'll go, if the branch is, let's say I have a branch here, so branch is this, and if it's at that, then I can go to that branch, which I'll show you in a second. Add remove, on, it adds, remove, it subtracts. Set is setting it to that number. If you want to set it to that number, I recommend having add on. If you want to set it to a negative number, I'm guessing you'd use remove. I don't see why you would set it to negative numbers. They're just numbers. Seems kind of useless to me. Last hit, -1 is yourself, and 1 is others. That's how that works. So, this is a good example of what I mean. So, this is the tag for my dagger toss, right? That will connect to my dagger special, which checks, it goes, all right, value's at 2, because it sets that value to 2. I could make it set to 1. I don't know why I chose 2. Whatever. So checks if that value is at 2. If you want it to check something, these need to be off. Because if you're checking if it's at 2 and then doing this, they're going to change the values, and then you might forget about it, and then it doesn't go away until those 30 seconds are up. Or 1 second here. So, value is 2, so it's going, if the value is 2, then we go to hit, and it's on myself. So, if this was set to 1, it would go, the value is 2, the branch is here, but it's not on the last person you hit. So it's not going to do anything, because the tag I had before was set to -1. But if this is at -1, then it's going to go, alright, branch is here, value's here, and you have it on you. So now we're going to skip this, we're going to go straight to the branch, and we're going to do this. If the value was not 2, it's going to skip the tag and go straight to this, which is why when I use the R special, I teleport. But if I hit someone first, right, with the move that adds attack, then it would go here and do this R special instead. If you want it to have that R special for 30 seconds or time limit, do not add this tag, you're done. There. You got the R special for 30 seconds, and then it'll delete itself automatically, or whatever time you put in there. If you want it to be a one-time use, at the end of the move, add a tag. That is a set with this off, so that it removes to 0 or on. I kind of want to test this, because I haven't tested it if it was on with both, and then 0. I'm curious. So yeah, now that that's been explained, let me go ahead and do this real quick. So I do the dagger toss, right? And then I use the R special, and then change. Now if I were to try to use it again, I'm gonna turn on my cooldowns, my R special again, I'm just gonna teleport because it set it back to 0. Right? Now, I also have an M1 variant, which will showcase the other, if you wanted to have a time limit. So, on this R variant, I have a tag at the start of the move. Wherever you put this, that's where it's going to happen. So, you could make it towards it was here, and it'll do all of this, and then hit the tag, and if the values are 2, it'll skip the rest and go straight to the wherever you have the branch set to. So, if I hit someone with that, tag them with the value of 2, and I check it, it's going to check that value, go straight to the branch, and do whatever's over here. Now, you notice how I don't have a tag on here? That means that I'm not going to be removing it, so for 30 seconds after marking somebody, my first M1 is going to be changed into Divergent Fist. So I'm going to run on up to him. Divergent Fist. I'm going to run up to him. Divergent Fist. For 30 seconds, we have that. So that is perfect for one of the questions I saw in here, which is if they could put it onto M1's Mr. Triss, is there a way to switch between different modes and moves? That's exactly how you could do it. Basically, you set a tag and you have different other tags on other things. You can even have them set on the same moves. They would just have to be on different branches, right? So if you could go check to this branch. If it has this value, then it does this. So you can make it towards checks, go to a different branch, adds on that branch, and then checks and goes to a different branch, and that's how you can get different variants. I'm going to probably test that myself to see if I can make different M1 specials. I think that would be a lot of fun to do and very challenging. So yes, you can switch between different modes / moves, like we just saw here. You can do any move variant. Sharpier, I'm trying my best to simplify it. It took me, I think, like 5 hours to figure out this much about them, and I'm still learning more about them. It's crazy. I love them. I still don't get how tags work. Can they stay yeah, so I love Hath. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you. Best way to describe it is if they're not tagging the move, they're tagging whatever they hit. So 1, hit someone else, they're tagged. -1, you hit yourself, you're tagged. And as long as you have that tag, then you can do it. Can we simulate statuses with tag? Like, for example, if we attack them and then it sets tag, then we press our special summon and explode. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. I hope this helps. That's about the peak of my knowledge. This is everything I know right now through my testing. So feel free to rewatch this video as many times as you need. I don't even care if you go on Google and just download it at this point, because I've been looking at other people looking at tags and stuff, and like there's one guy who did pretty good, but I was like, I need to post something because I found out more and I wanted to share it with you guys. So no disrespect, those guys are a lot better than me at this than I couldn't even dream of making some of the stuff they make. Like they are much better than me. I hate to say it. So yeah, glad I was able to help you guys.